Welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We have started a new initiative that will help the aspirants to revise the current affairs through options. The options selected here are of utmost importance. They will help you to revise current affairs of the past 4 months. This will boost your memory through mind mapping. Due to time constraint, we have limited option revision in the video. Rest of the options revision will be available in our daily current affairs application quiz section. Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for month of May. Session will be quite interesting and important, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. First is United Nations first international conference on digital public infrastructure was held under dash countries leadership in New York, USA. It was held under India's leadership and it was held where in New York, USA. Then if we talk about Belgium, Belgium hosted the first ever nuclear energy summit. It was organized by IAEA. So take a note of this. It is Belgium that organized the first ever nuclear energy summit organized by IAEA. Next is name the personality from Asia who has recently won the 35th Goldman Environmental Prize, also known as Green Nobel Prize. So Alok Shukla has recently won the 35th Goldman Environmental Prize, also known as Green Nobel Prize. And this was the 35th edition of the Goldman Environmental Prize. That is your Green Nobel Prize. Then if we talk about Teresa Vincent. Remember, Teresa Vincent led a grassroots campaign to preserve the Mar Menor. This is the Europe's largest saltwater lagoon from being collapsed. Next, according to ISRO, Indian Space Situational Assessment Report was released for 2023. It was released in May 2024. Dash objects originating from 202 12 launches on orbit breakup events were added to the space object population in 2023. So we can say the junk in the orbit has increased. Question asked is that how many objects originating from 212 launches were added on breakup? So a total of 3,143 objects originating from 212 launches on orbit breakup events were added to the space population, right? And this is for 2023. If we talk about 2022, a total of 2,533 objects were added to the space. Then next, remember, ISRO also conducted a research about the Himalayan lakes, and we found that there are 2,431 lakes that are larger than 10 hectares, and around 676 glacial lakes have expanded. And the reason for the expansion here is because of the global warming. The ice around that lakes are melting and it is adding to the water and their size has increased. Next, which of the following surveys has been recently launched along with consumer confidence survey by RBI to get inputs from June's 2024 monetary policy? So it is inflation expectation survey of household, option 3. Right, it has been recently launched along with the consumer confidence survey released by RBI to get inputs for the June 2024 monetary policy. Here inflation expectation survey of household was released, consumer confidence survey was released, and this consumer confidence survey will be conducted in 19 cities. And Hansa Research Group Private Limited of Mumbai has been engaged to conduct both these surveys, that is IESH and CCS, on the behalf of Reserve Bank of India. So it is Hansa Research Private Group that will be carrying out these surveys. Next, remember, if we are talking about All India Survey on Higher Education, remember it was Ministry of Education that has released this AISHE, that is All India Survey on Higher Education, and this marks the 12th edition of this AISHE and the second survey done through the web data capture format. And in this, a total of 1,168 universities Then 45,000 colleges and 12,000 standalone institutions were assessed. Next, NPCI International Payment Limited signed a pact with Central Bank of which country to develop a UPI-like payment service. So NIPL, that is National Payment Corporation of India International Payment Limited, they signed a pact with Central Bank of Namibia, right? And it is to develop UPI-like payment systems. Then apart from this, remember and RBI and Rashtra Bank of Nepal, they have also recently signed a pact to integrate UPI payments, correct, and national payment interface for cross-border remittance between these two countries, between India and Nepal. Next, which company or organization has recently developed a long-range supersonic missile-assisted release of torpedo, that is your smart system, that was launched from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island of the coast of Odisha? It is DRDO. So DRDO has recently developed this smart system. And what does smart stands for? It is your supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo system. And it was tested from where? It was tested from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island, that is of the coast of Chandipur in Odisha. Then apart from this, if we are talking about BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited, remember Indian Navy collaborated with BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited and they have test fired the extended range BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, and it is based on the Russian P-800 Onyx missile. This can also be asked that this P-800 Onyx missile is of which country? It is of Russia. Next, name the chess player who has been recently bestowed with the International Chess Federation's 84th Grandmaster title. So recently, Vaishali Ramesh Babu, she is the sister of R. Pragnanda and they have become the world's first Grandmaster brother-sister duo. And recently, she became the 84th Grandmaster of India and she is the 42nd woman from any country to have this Grandmaster title, right? Then apart from this, if we talk about Shrija Okla, she is from Telangana and she has won the women's single title at the World Table Tennis Feeder Barrett II, and Shrija has overtaken Manika Batra and became the number one in the women singles. Next, Dash has recently released the report Aging Well in Asia, which states that India has the lowest health insurance coverage among the older people at 21%. So, which organization released this report Aging Well in Asia? So it is your Asian Development Bank, ADB, and they have released the data that state India has the lowest insurance coverage among the older people, standing only at 21%. Apart from this, it is South Korea and Thailand. These two countries, they have achieved universal health coverage, right? And it is also a data stating that the aging population in Asia, it is expected to double by 2050. Aging population will be doubling by 2050 in Asian region. Apart from this, IRDAI, they have also released a regulation that states that even the individuals after 65 years of age can opt for health insurance. Earlier it was not there, but now the people can opt for health insurance. Next, name the personality who has been recently awarded with the Whiteley Gold Award 2024 by Whiteley Fund for Nature in London, UK. So who is that person? Purnima Devi Burman, right? She's a wildlife biologist. She's from Assam state and she has been honored with this Whiteley Gold Award 2024, right? This award basically acknowledges her conservation efforts for the endangered great adjutant stock known as Hargila. Correct? Take a note of this. Then further, if we talk about Kiran Nadar, she's a philanthropist and an art collector and she was honored with the Knight of the Legion honor, that is the highest civilian award of France. That is your Knight of the Legion of Honor. And even Shashi Tharoor was honored with this Knight of the Legion honor. Next, Reserve Bank of India, they have recently approved the appointment of whom as the part-time chairman of HDFC Bank Limited. So Atanu Chakrabarti, right? He has been recently appointed as the part-time chairman of HDFC Bank Limited. He will be in this position for next 3 years. And Atanu Chakrabarti, he's a 1985 batch IAS officer of Gujarat cadre. Then if we talk about Anil Kumar Lahoti, ACC has approved the appointment of the former railway board chairman and CEO Anil Kumar Lahoti, and he will be the ninth chairman of TRAI. Correct? And he will be in this position for the next 3 years. Next, which small finance bank has recently appointed Sanjeev Nautiyal as the managing director and chief executive officer for 3 years with effect from 1st July 2024? It is Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, right? So, which is that small finance bank appointed Sanjeev Nautiyal as the MD and CEO for 3 years? It is Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, and he will be in this position for the next 3 years. Next, he will be replacing whom here? He will be replacing Itira Davis. Next, if we are talking about Jana Small Finance Bank here, remember RBI has approved the reappointment of Ajay Kanwal as the MD and CEO of Jana Small Finance Bank for the next 3 years. Next, which startup has recently launched India's first commercial system on chip named Secure IoT? So, which startup has launched this first commercial system on chip that is named Secure Internet of Things? It is Mind Group. This is the name of the startup. This is a semiconductor startup that is backed by IIT Madras, and they have launched this commercial system on chip that is Secure Internet of Things. This Secure Internet of Things, this is 30% expensive than the existing chips, and remember, this will be providing better speed for the semiconductors, right? It will be 30% less expensive, not more, 30% less expensive. Then if we are talking about startup TN, it is DBS Bank. They have announced their collaboration with Startup Tamil Nadu. This is a nodal agency of Tamil Nadu that is promoting entrepreneurship in the state of Tamil Nadu. And this partnership will engage more than 1000 early stage startups in Tamil Nadu. Next, India was ranked dash in the 2024 World Press Freedom Index published by Reporters Without Borders. So, India was ranked 159th in the World Press Freedom Index published by Reporters Without Borders. And this was the 22nd edition of the World Press Freedom Index released by Reporters Without Borders. And here, what was the rank of India? 159. It is out of 180 countries, right? And which country has secured the top position? It is Norway that has secured the first position here, right? And it is for the 8th consecutive time that they have secured the first position. Next, apart from this, remember, if we are talking about the Corruption Perception Index 2023 released by Transparency International, what is the rank of India here in the Corruption Perception Index? So, India was ranked 93 out of 180. Next, which country has recently won the Badminton World Federation Thomas and Uber Cup 2024 by defeating Indonesia in the finals held in Chengdu, China? So, it is China country. They have won the Badminton World Federation Thomas Cup and Uber Cup after defeating Indonesia in the final, right? And remember, China's men team, they have won the 33rd edition of the Thomas Cup, right? Thomas Cup and this Uber Cup is related to badminton. And China's women team, it is China's men team, they have won the 33rd edition of Thomas Cup, and it is China's women team, they have won the 30th edition of the Uber Cup, right? And this is 16th time China has won the Uber Cup. Next, remember, Belgian Dutch driver Max Verstappen, right? He drives for Red Bull, and he has won the Bahrain International, or we say Bahrain Grand Prix. Correct. He won the F1 Bahrain Grand Prix. Next, Nepal government has recently introduced the new currency note featuring a map which include the controversial border territories of Lipulekh, Limpiadhura and Kalapani in their strategic northwest tri-junction between India, Nepal and China. So recently, it is Nepal government, they have released a new note that is of 100 rupees denomination, and this note contains a image that contains the controversial boundaries of Lipulekh, Limpiadhura and Kalapani. Question asked here is what was the domination of that currency note that contained this image? It is 100 rupees note. And remember, India and Nepal, they share boundaries, and question can be asked in such a way that how many Indian states shares boundary with Nepal? So 5 Indian states share boundary with Nepal. This is your homework. Comment below and let me know which are those 5 countries, or which are those 5 states that share boundary with Nepal, Indian states. Next, which financial institution recently signed a master risk participation agreement with Citigroup Incorporation to enhance supply chain financing for small and medium sized enterprises across Asia Pacific? It is Asian Development Bank, ADB, right? They, along with Citigroup, this is an American investment bank, and they have partnered a master risk partnership agreement, MRPA. This will enhance the supply chain financing for small and medium sized enterprises, and a support of additional $100 million will be provided here. Correct. Apart from this, if we are talking about European Investment Bank, Nadia Calvino, right? She took as the 8th president of European Investment Bank. Next, India and Ghana have recently agreed to operationalize Dash within a period of 6 months at the 4th session of the India-Ghana Joint Trade Committee held in Accra, Ghana. So India and Ghana, they have recently agreed to operationalize UPI, that is your Unified Payment Interface, within a period of 6 months at the 4th session of the India-Ghana Joint Trade Committee that was held in Accra, Ghana. Take a note of this. Next is UNICEF India has recently named Bollywood actress Kareena Kapoor Khan as their Dash. So Kareena Kapoor Khan was appointed as the national celebrity, ambassador, correct, by UNICEF India. And the appointment comes within the celebration of 75 year of UNICEF's partnership with India. Previously, Kareena Kapoor Khan was appointed as the celebratory advocate of UNICEF India. Remember this also. And who has been appointed as the Goodwill Ambassador for promoting education for all of UNESCO? He will be Vinicius Junior, right? And he's a famous Brazilian footballer, and he has been appointed as the UNESCO's Goodwill Ambassador for Education for All. Next, which is the wealthiest city in the world as per the 2024 World's Wealthiest Cities report published by Henley and Partners in collaboration with New World Wealth? So, New York City of USA, right? I repeat, New York City of USA is the wealthiest city in the world as per the 2024 World's Wealthiest Cities report published by Henley and Partners in collaboration with New World Health, right? Which is at the second position. The Bay Area of USA is at the second position here. Tokyo, Japan is on the third position, and Singapore on fourth position. From India, if we are talking about, remember it is Mumbai, that is at the 24th position, wealthiest city. Then comes Delhi at 37th position in the wealthiest cities. Next, in May 2024, the International Organization for Migration released World Migration Report 2024. What is the remittance value received by India in 2022? So, India received a remittance of $111 billion. Correct, and India became the first country to surpass the $100 billion mark. After India, it is Mexico, and they are at second position. They received $61.1 billion of remittance, right? Next, ProPublica won in the 2024 Dash Award in Journalism under the Public Service category. So ProPublica has won the 2024 Pulitzer Prize. Pulitzer Prize is given in which category? It is given in the field of journalism, books, drama, music, etc. Right? So ProPublica has won the 2024 Pulitzer Prize in Journalism under the Public Service category. Right? Then apart from this, if we are talking about Erasmus Prize, here remember eminent Indian writer and Padma Shri awardee Amitav Ghosh. He was awarded with this Erasmus Prize 2024. Then who won the Abel Prize? Abel Prize is your Nobel Prize in the field of mathematics, and Michael Pierre Talleyrand has won the Abel Prize of 2024. Next, who has been recently elected as the 7th First Minister of Scotland, succeeding Hamza Yousaf? John Ramsay Sweeney. Right? He has been elected as the 7th First Minister of Scotland, succeeding Hamza Yousaf. Right? Next, according to the report Global Electricity Review 2024 by the International Energy Analytics Agency (AMBER), in 2023, India has surpassed Japan to become the world's third largest producer of which power, generating 113 tetrawatt per hour. So India has become the world's third largest producer of solar power, and we are generating 113 tetrawatt per hour. Then China is, remember, the leader in solar production. After China, it is USA, right? And then it is India at the third position. Then next is which bank has partnered with e-banks to streamline the cross-border payment processing and enhance global commerce opportunities for international merchants and Indian customers in India? So which bank partnered with e-banks? It is Yes Bank. They have partnered with e-banks to streamline the cross-border payment processing and enhance the global commerce opportunities for international merchants. Correct? Apart from this, if we are talking about Bank of Baroda, they have launched BOB Earth Green term deposit scheme. This will be raising the deposits to finance the green environment projects. Next, RBI, they have lifted the restrictions on which bank mobile app Dash to onboard new customers in it. So RBI, they have recently lifted the restriction on Bank of Baroda on their mobile app, that is BOB World. So right option here is option 3, and now they can onboard new customers. If we are talking about ICICI Bank Limited, remember they have recently launched their mobile banking application, and that is Money to India. Next, who has been recently reappointed as the Prime Minister of Russia? So, Prime Minister of Russia, Mikhail Mishustin. He has been recently re-elected or reappointed as the Prime Minister of Russia. Who has been reappointed as the President of Russia? Vladimir Putin. If we talk about Ilham Aliyev, remember he has been re-elected as the President of Azerbaijan. Correct? And this is for the 5th consecutive term he has been elected here. Next is who has been recently appointed as the chairperson of National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. So Rizwan Quetta. He has been recently appointed as the chairperson of National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. Then if we talk about Jagjit Pavadia, he was re-elected as the member of International Narcotics Control Board for the 3rd term from 2025 till 2030. Next, name the rocky exoplanet with an atmosphere that has been recently detected by astronomers using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. So what is the name of that rocky planet? It is 55 Cancri E. Right? Then remember, if we are talking about TOI 715b, this is called Super Earth, and NASA's satellite, that is TESS, Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, they have discovered this TOI 71b, that is also known as a Super Earth. Next, in May, the Ministry of Defense they have enforced the Inter Services Organizations Act of 2023. According to the act, who among the following has have the power to exercise administrative control and disciplinary actions over service personals in inter-service organizations? So, who have the power? It is commanders in chief and officers in command. They have the power to exercise the administrative control and disciplinary actions. Next is according to the data released by or published by Global Trade Research Initiative GTRI, which country was the largest trading partner of India with $118.4 billion in two-way commerce in FY24. So China has become India's largest trading partner with $118.4 billion in two-way commerce. And USA they now stands at second position with $118.3 billion in two-way commerce with India. On third is United Arab Emirates, that is $83.6 billion. Next, who has been recently re-elected as the chairman of IFCO? So Dilip Shanghani. Dilip Shanghani has been elected as the or re-elected as the chairman of IFCO. Right? Take a note of this. Next is, remember, Jay Shah. He is the secretary of the BCCI and was reappointed as the president of ACC, that is Asian Cricket Council, and this will be his third term. Next, name the joint military exercise conducted between India and France that commenced on 13th of May at Umroi, Meghalaya. So it is Exercise Shakti, right? And it was held where? At Umroi in Meghalaya. This was a 14-day long joint military exercise, and from Indian side, Rajput regiment took part in this particular exercise. Next, who was the chair of the 19th session of United Nations Forum on Forest that was held at the United Nations headquarters in New York? So, who was the chair of the 19th session of United Nations Forum on Forest? So, Zephyrin Mane Ratanga, right? He was the chair of the 19th session here. Correct? Take a note of it. Next thing, remember, if we are talking about Judith Suminwa Tuluka, she became the, or we can say Judith, she became the first female president of Democratic Republic of Congo. Next, which of the following Indian manuscripts have been included in the UNESCO Memory of World Asia Pacific Regional Register? So all of the above, they have been added to the UNESCO's Memory of the World Asia Pacific Regional Register, right? Take a note of these are important. Next, which bank has recently become the first bank in India to act as a trading cum clearing member at the India International Bullion Exchange IFSC Limited? So it is State Bank of India, right? India's largest public sector bank SBI announced that it has become the first bank in India to act as a trading cum clearing member at the Indian International Bullion Exchange IFSC Limited, which is the India's first international bullion exchange in GIFT City, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Apart from this, remember, if we are talking about Federal Bank and National Payment Corporation of India, they have launched FlashPay. FlashPay is a RuPay smart keychain and it is for contactless national common mobility card. Next, who has recently won the javelin throw event at the Doha Diamond League 2024 held in Doha, Qatar? So Jacob Valdich, right, has won the javelin throw event at the Doha Diamond League held in Doha, Qatar. And who secured the second position here? Neeraj Chopra. Next, which of the following operations has recently been conducted by Indian Air Force in collaboration with Uttarakhand government by utilizing the Mi-17 V5 helicopter to combat forest fires in Nainital, Uttarakhand? So which is that operation? It is Operation Bambi Bucket. This, with the helicopters, they will be spraying water on the forest fires, right? And then there are some other operations given here. What is Operation Meghdut? This is this is the Siachen Day that is observed by Indian Army on 13th of April, and it is basically to capture the Siachen Glacier, and this operation was launched by Indian Army in 1984. Then there is Operation Indravati. Operation Indravati was basically to evacuate the Indians that they were stuck in Haiti. Next, which country along with India's National Security Guard has recently participated in the 7th edition of counter-terrorism exercise Turkish held in Kolkata, West Bengal? So it is USA that took part along with India. From India it is National Security Guard, and from USA it is your Special Operation Forces that took part in this Turkish exercise held in Kolkata, West Bengal. Right. Apart from this, if we are talking about Guyana, remember Republic of Guyana, they have signed a $23.27 million line of credit with Exim Bank of India, and it is to import two Dornier 228 aircraft for surveillance purpose. Next, according to Times Higher Education Young University ranking, Singapore's Nanyang Technology University has topped the global ranking for the second consecutive year. Which of the following has ranked the highest among Indian universities? So here it is Mahatma Gandhi University of Kottayam, Kerala, that secured the top position among the Indian universities in the THE Young University ranking. And if we are talking globally, it stood at 81st position. Next, name the organization that has recently launched India's first satellite in orbit third-party liability insurance policy that provides critical financial protection to meet the needs of the Indian satellite manufacturers and operators. It is Tata AIG General Insurance Company. They will be providing insurance to the satellite manufacturers and operators in the Indian space sector. Then if we are talking about Star Health and Allied Insurance Company Limited, remember they and PhonePe, they have recently partnered to offer health insurance with a monthly and annual payment option. Next, Indian Air Force, they conducted the maiden airdrop test of Dash in Agra, UP. So Indian Air Force, they conducted the maiden airdrop test of what? Of Bhishma portable cubes in Agra, Uttar Pradesh. Correct. And this Bhishma portable cube, this is a makeshift hospital that can be deployed in just 12 minutes, and it will be very beneficial. It has 72 detachable mini cubes that can treat more than 200 people at a time. Next is, which Indian player has recently become the India's 85th chess grandmaster? So who is the 85th chess grandmaster? Shyam Nikhil. He is 31 years of age and he became the 85th grandmaster of India. Apart from this, if we talk about Satvik Sairaj Rank-Reddy, he is a badminton player. He and along with Chirag Sethi, they have won the men's double title of Yonex French Open. Yonex French Open. Next is, name the India's first insurance portfolio management platform that was recently launched by State Bank of India General Insurance Company Limited. So Bima Central, right? Bima Central, that it is your SBI General Insurance Company. They have introduced this Bima Central, and it is India's first insurance portfolio management platform. This will help in providing better customer experience. This was developed by CAMS Repository Service Limited. Next, in May 2024, Asian Development Bank has approved $148.5 million loan to Dash State to enhance the power distribution system. So, Asian Development Bank, they have approved $148.5 million loan for Sikkim State to enhance their power distribution system. Apart from this, if we are talking about Maharashtra, Celery TYX, right? Celetrix, this is an enterprise network solutions business of One OTT International Limited, and they have announced their collaboration with Maharashtra State Cooperative Credit Societies for the deployment of OneX platform across 40,000 branches in Maharashtra. Next, remember, if we are talking about UP state, Chief Minister of UP, Yogi Adityanath, they have launched Mukhyamantri Yuva Udyami Vikas Abhiyan, that is M Yuva program. M Yuva program. This will help to basically empower the young entrepreneurs in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Next, in May 2024, review of the MSCI Global Standard Indexes was released and 13 securities were added here and 3 securities were removed from the MSCI India Index. So, which among the following were removed from this? So, it is Paytm that was removed. So, which are the 3 securities that were removed here? Berger Paints, Indraprastha Gas Limited and Paytm. These are the 3 Indian securities that were removed from the MSCI Global Standard Indexes. MSCI, it stands for Morgan Stanley Capital International Incorporation, and a total of 13 securities were added here. Next, which country has the highest number of entries in the 9th edition of the Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia list? It is our India, right? This was the 9th edition of the Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia list, and this featured a total of 86 entries from India. That is the highest ever. Then if we talk about China, remember, India secured second rank in the MSCI Emerging Index, surpassing China or surpassing Taiwan, and the first position was secured by China, right, in the MSCI index that we saw here. Next, who has been recently named as the Singapore's new Prime Minister? So, Lawrence Wong. He has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of Singapore. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Lee Hsien Loong. Right? He was in this position from 2004 to 2024 as the Prime Minister of Singapore. Next, if we talk about Bassirou Faye, he has been elected as the President of Senegal. Next, Quant Money Managers Limited received the RBI approval to acquire 9.98% of the paid up share capital or voting rights in Dash. So, Quant Money Managers Limited, they have received RBI approval to acquire 9.98% of the paid up share capital or voting rights in RBL Bank. Next thing, remember, ECC Limited, right? This is a subsidiary of Adani owned Ambuja Cements Limited, and they have acquired the remaining 55% stake in Asian Concretes and Cements Private Limited for a value of 775 crore rupees. Next, which space agency has recently planned to build first railway station on moon called Flexible Levitation on a Track, that is FLOAT. So this project was launched by NASA, right? This railway system is the part of the NASA's Moon to Mars mission, that is Robotic Lunar Surface Operation 2. And this float is basically a railway system, first of its kind railway system on the moon. This will have a speed of 1.61 km per hour and it can carry 100 tons of materials per day. Next, remember, if we are talking about Roscosmos, they have successfully launched Angara A5 space rocket. This is a heavy lift rocket and this will be replacing Proton M of Russia. Next, who is the author of the biography of former WHO chief scientist Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, titled At the Wheels of Research, an exclusive biography of Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, she is the daughter of the person known as the father of Indian Revolution, that is MS Swaminathan. And this book about the WHO chief scientist Dr. Soumya Swaminathan was authored by Anuradha Mascarenhas. Right, and here you can see, if we are talking about Vijay Devi Rane, she is the author of the book Maker of Goa. Right, this is the book that had titles, or this book is basically about the biography of Pratap Singh Rane, the former chief minister of Goa. Next, which regulatory body has recently granted the LIC an additional 3 years to meet the minimum public shareholding norms? So it is SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. They have granted LIC an additional 3 years to meet the minimum public shareholding norms. Then if we are talking about IRDAI, remember all the they have released a guideline that states that all the insurance policies will be in the electronic format, and they have released the also a regulation stating that even 65 plus years of person can now avail for health insurance. Next, which Indian digital payment company recently partnered with Sri Lanka's Lanka Pay to introduce UPI transaction in Sri Lanka for the Indian travelers there? So it is PhonePe. They have partnered with Lanka Pay of Sri Lanka. Apart from this, if we are talking about NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Payment Limited, right? RBI has approved NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited to launch an interoperable payment system for internet banking in the calendar year 24. Apart from this, if we talk about Razorpay, they have launched UPI Switch. This is a next generation cloud based innovation, and they have partnered this with Airtel Payments Bank. Next, according to Forbes World's Highest Paid Athletes 2024 list, who is the highest paid athlete in the world? So Cristiano Ronaldo is a very famous footballer, and he is the world's highest paid athlete in the world. He is from Portugal. He plays football, and his earning was $260 million in a single year. On second position, John Ram. He is a golfer. He was on the second position, and Lionel Messi was on the third position. Next, Sela Tunnel was recognized as India's highest tunnel by International Book of Honor of England, UK. This Sela Tunnel was constructed in which state or UT? So this Sela Tunnel was constructed in Arunachal Pradesh, right? And it is Border Road Organization that constructed this. This Sela Tunnel is an altitude of 13,000 feet, and this was through the project Vartak, under which this Sela Tunnel was developed. This Sela Tunnel is 2.598 kilometer long. Next thing, remember, if we are talking about Assam, here Ravi Kota, a senior IAS officer, took charge as the new Chief Secretary of Assam, succeeding Paban Kumar Bodhakur. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Prime Minister Designate of the Republic of Croatia? So Andrej Plenković. He has been appointed as the PM Designate of the Republic of Croatia, and he has been serving as the PM of Croatia since 19th October 2016. Next, if we talk about Ousmane Sonko, he has been appointed as the Prime Minister of Senegal. Next, which company has recently acquired Shriram Housing Finance Limited, that is the housing finance subsidiary of Shriram Finance Limited, for 4,630 crore rupees? It is Warburg Pincus, right? So this is the company that has acquired Shriram Housing Finance Limited, the housing arm subsidiary of Shriram Finance Limited, for 4,630 crore rupees. Correct. And here Warburg Pincus, they will acquire the stake through their affiliate Mango Crest Investment, and they will infuse 1 crore rupees in equity. Next, if we talk about Axis Bank Limited, remember they have received the approval from IRDAI to infuse a capital of 1,612 crore rupees in the Max Life Insurance Company Limited, the subsidiary of Max Financial Services Limited. Next, in May 2024, the veteran Congress leader from former governor of Gujarat, that is from 2009 to 2014, recently passed away. So Kamala Beniwal is the veteran Congress leader and former governor of Gujarat who recently passed away. And remember, she was born in 1927. Right at the age of 15, she joined the Indian National Congress, and also she participated in the 1942 Quit India movement. Apart from this, if we are talking about Aziz Qureshi, she is the Aziz Qureshi, the former senior leader, right, and has served as the governor of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Mizoram, recently passed away at the age of 83. Next, which country has recently chosen as the host of the 2026 AFC Women's Asia Cup? So it is Australia, right? It has been chosen as the host of the 2026 AFC Women's Asia Cup. Then if we talk about Thailand, Remember, Indian shuttler won 18 medals at the BWF Para Badminton World Championship, and this BWF Para World Championship was held where? It was held in Pattaya, Thailand. Next is Narayanan Vagul, the renowned Indian banker and former chairman of ICICI Bank, passed away at the age of 88. Narayanan Vagul was awarded Dash in 2010 in the Trade and Industry category. So, Narayan Vagul was honored with Padma Bhushan, right? And Padma Bhushan is India's third highest civilian award, and he was honored this in 2010 in Trade and Industry. Also remember Narayan Vagul, he was the youngest person to become the chairman of Bank of India in 1981. Next, SEBI has amended the listing obligation and disclosure regulations, requirement regulations of 2015 with SEBI amendment of 2024 for revising the method for calculating what of listed companies. It is market cap of listed companies. Earlier, the market cap was market cap of the listed companies were calculated on daily basis, right, or the value of that company on that particular day, right? But now an average market capitalization will be done over a defined period that will be giving us a more better and insight data. This change will be impacting the top 100 to top 250 companies based on their market capitalization. Next, which bank has recently emerged as the top performer among the public sector banks in terms of business growth during the fiscal year 24? It is Bank of Maharashtra, right? It emerged as the top performer among the public sector bank in terms of the business growth during FY24 according to the published financial numbers of public sector banks. And Bank of Maharashtra, they have recorded a growth of 15.94% in total business. If we talk about State Bank of India, SBI, they were having a growth of 13.12%. But also remember RBI's State Bank of India's recently quarterly profit data was released, and it was up with a net profit of 20,698.35 crore rupees. That shows a growth of 24%. But remember, if we are talking about Bank of Maharashtra, it is the it is the percentage growth that we are talking about here. So Bank of Maharashtra shows this growth. If we talk about Canara Bank, Canara Bank is a Bangalore, Karnataka based Canara Bank. They have been penalized with 32.3 lakh rupees for non-compliance with RBI. Next is who has been recently appointed as the President of the Confederation of Indian Industry for the year 24-25. So Sanjeev Puri, he has been appointed as the President of the CII for the year 24-25. And who has been, if we talk about Rajiv Memani, he is the Chairman and CEO of ENY, and he has been named as the he has been named as the President Designate for the year 24-25. Correct? Take a note of this. If we talk about R. Mukundan, he is the CEO and MD of Tata Chemicals Limited, and he has been named as the Vice President of CII for 24-25. Next, who was recently sworn in as the 16th President of Taiwan in a ceremony held at the presidential office in Taipei. So William Lai Ching-te, right? He has been sworn in as the 16th President of Taiwan. Correct? William Lai Ching-te, he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Tsai Ing-wen. Right? Apart from this, remember B. Kim Haseo, right? He has succeeded Lai Ching-te as the 16th Vice President of Taiwan. Next, ISRO has recently planned to include a helicopter, sky crane, supersonic parachute and a rover for navigation on Mars in their which mission? So this is your Mangalyaan 2 mission launched by ISRO, and it is inspired by the Perseverance rover of NASA. Correct? If we talk about NISAR, it is your NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar Research Program, and it is KUFOS, that is your Kerala University of Fisheries and Oceans. They have partnered here with ISRO for this NISAR program. Next, name the space organization that has recently carried 6 crew members including Indian Gopi Thotakura into space under the Space Tourism Mission named New Shepard 25. So this is the 25th mission of the New Shepard. New Shepard, this is of Blue Origin. Blue Origin is of Jeff Bezos. Question asked here is name the space organization that carried out the 6 carrying mission. As the name suggests, this New Shepard 25 is of Blue Origin. Right? Then apart from this, next is name the weapon system that has been recently handed over to Indian Army by Indo-Russian Rifles Private Limited located in Amethi, UP. So which weapon system has been handed over? It is AK-203 assault rifles. They will be developed and handed over to the Indian Army. And these assault rifles have achieved 25% localization. The first 70,000 assault rifles will be manufactured in India and they will be provided to the Indian Army. This AK-203 assault rifle, they have a magazine round of 30 rounds and they have an effective range of 800 meter. Next, in which Badminton World Federation tournament did Indian pair Satvik Sairaj Ranik Reddy and Chirag Sethi has won the men's double title? So it is Thailand Open that was held in Pattaya, Thailand. Here, Indian badminton player Satvik Sairaj Ranik Reddy and Chirag Sethi has won the Thailand Yonex Open. Right? Take a note of this. Then if we are talking about Australian Open, here Indian Rohan Manchanda Bopanna became the oldest man to win the Grand Slam after he and his partner Matthew Ebden of Australia won the men's double title here. Then if we are talking about Chennai Open here, remember Sumit Nagal, India's top tennis single player, secured 5th challenger level singles title by defeating Italian Luca Nardi in the finals of Chennai Open. So who won it? It was won by Sumit Nagal. Next is Iran's Vice President Mohammad Mokhber was appointed as the interim president of Iran following the death of Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi in a helicopter crash in northwestern Iran. Right? Ebrahim Raisi recently passed away in the helicopter. He was the 8th president of Iran and now who has taken his position? So Mohammad Mokhber was appointed as the interim president of Iran. Then apart from this, if we talk about Sebastian Pinera, remember he's a 2-time former president of Chile and he has recently passed away. Next, according to the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Development Index, India is ranked what? So in the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Development Index, the rank of India is what? So India stood at 39th position, whereas USA secured the 2024 ranking, right? And USA was on the top, followed by Spain, followed by Japan on the 3rd position. And in this Travel and Tourism Development Index, this is the 2nd edition of World Economic Forum, India was at 39th position. Then if we talk about World Press Freedom Index for 24, released by Reporters Without Borders, what was the rank of India? It is 159. Then if we talk about Global Unicorn Index 2024, this is the 6th edition of it. Here, released by Hurun Institute, India was ranked 3rd position, USA 1st, China 2nd. Next is name the company that has become India's 3rd unicorn with a valuation of $1 billion and that is your unicorn in 2024. So Porter, it became India's 3rd unicorn with a valuation of $1 billion and Porter is the 3rd unicorn of India. Before this it is Krutrim and Perfuse. These are the 2 other unicorns from India in 2024. Next, name the book written by Jenny Eppenbeck and translated by Michael Hoffman that has recently won the International Booker Prize 2024. It is Kairos. What is the name of the book? Kairos. Then next, Night Watch, Jane Annie Phillips, right? For his book, Night Watch has won the Pulitzer Prize 2024 in the fiction category. Next, who has recently been elected as the president of Vietnam for 2021 to 2026 tenure? So, To Lam has been recently elected as the president of Vietnam. Prabowo Subianto, remember he has been elected as the new president of Indonesia. New president of Indonesia. Next, who has recently won the inaugural Casablanca Chess Variant Tournament 2024 that was held in Morocco? So, Magnus Carlsen, right? He has been recently elected as the president of Vietnam for 2021 to 2026. And Hikaru Nakamura of USA secured second position, and India's world champion Vishwanath Anand secured third position here. Next, according to the recently released Oxford Economics Global Cities Index, which city ranked among the top Indian cities while New York topped globally. So recently, according to the Oxford Economics Global Cities Index of 2024, it is New Delhi that has secured the top position among the Indian cities. But globally, if we talk about, it is New York, USA that secured the top position globally, right? And here, remember, there are some other cities also, Indian cities listed here. That is Kolkata, West Bengal. It is at 528th position. Maharashtra at 539th position. Correct? And what is the rank of Delhi here? It is 350. Next, name the country that has officially became 99th member of International Solar Alliance, launched in 2015, a project between India and France and headquartered in Gurugram, Haryana. And it is Spain that has become the 99th member of International Solar Alliance. Apart from this, if we are talking about BRICS, remember recently Egypt, Ethiopia and Saudi Arabia along with Iran, along with Iran and UAE, they have joined BRICS from 1st of Jan 2024. Next, name the organization or financial institution that recently approved a dividend of 2.11 lakh crore rupees to the government of India for the fiscal year 24. So, which is it? It is Reserve Bank of India, RBI, right? They have approved this 2.11 lakh crore rupees as a surplus given to the central government for various development, and this will help in achieving the fiscal deficit target of 5.1% of GDP in FY25. Correct? Next is name the chairperson of an expert committee that has been constituted by International Financial Service Centers Authority to position GIFT IFSC as a global commodity trading hub. It is Rajiv Khair, right? He has been appointed as the chairman of this expert committee. This will be a 21-member expert committee that will be chaired by Rajiv Khair. If we talk about Devendra Jhajaria, he was elected as the unopposed president of the Paralympic Committee of India. Then if we talk about Vinod Kumar Paul, right, he has recently Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, they have constituted a 16-member committee, and Vinod Kumar Paul, will be heading this committee, and Vinod Kumar Paul, he is the member of Niti Aayog. Next, according to the Periodic Labour Force Survey released by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, which of the following states has topped the youth employment rate among the 15 to 29 age group for January to March quarter? So it is Kerala state, right? According to Periodic Labour Force Survey, it is Kerala that has recently topped the youth employment rate among the 15 to 29 age group for January to March month. Correct? And here the unemployment rate topped of 31.8% for the fourth quarter of 2024. Apart from this, it is Delhi state that has, or Delhi UT, that has registered the lowest unemployment rate among the 15 to 29 age group, that is at 3.1% for the fourth quarter, followed by Gujarat 9%, Haryana 9.5%. Correct? Then if we talk about Gujarat's Vadodara Municipal Corporation, they have recently raised 100 crore rupees by issuing Asia's first certified green municipal bond for sustainable water infrastructure. Next, according to Wall Street Journal's list of the highest paid CEOs in the US of America for 2023, Dash Indian origin became the world's second highest paid CEO in 2023. So Nikesh Arora, he is the world's second highest paid CEO globally, right? And he is the CEO of Palo Alto Networks, and he has a remuneration of $151.43 million. On first position is Hawk E. Tan. He is the president and CEO of Broadcom Incorporation with a remuneration of $161.83 million. Next, who has recently been sworn in as the prestigious Amal Clooney Women's Empowerment Award at the Prince Trust Awards event held in UK to recognize her role in the Pink E-Rickshaw initiative. So Aarti, she's a rickshaw driver. She's 18 years of age, and for her contribution to this Pink E-Rickshaw initiative and to empower women so that they can also become job ready and they can earn for themselves, she was honored with this Amal Clooney Women's Empowerment Award. Right? Then apart from this, if we talk about Purnima Devi Burman, she's a wildlife biologist from Assam and has been honored with Green Oscar. Next, who has been recently appointed as the non-executive part-time chairman of ICICI Bank? Pradeep Kumar Sinha. Right? He has been appointed as the non-executive part-time chairman of ICICI Bank. If we talk about Ajay Kanwal, remember Ajay Kanwal has been reappointed as the MD and CEO of Jana Small Finance Bank. Next, which sports personality was recently named as the tournament ambassador for International Cricket Council Men's T20 World Cup 2024? So Shahid Afridi was named as the tournament ambassador for ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Apart from this, Chris Gills, Yuvraj Singh, Usain Bolt, they were appointed here as the brand or tournament ambassador for ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Where will be this ICC Men's T20 World Cup being held or going on? It is in West Indies and USA. These are the two countries that are hosting this event. Next, when was the first ever UN World Football Day observed across the globe? So this is for the first time on 25th of May in 2024. We observed the inaugural or the first edition of the World Football Day. And this 25th of May, it marks the 100th anniversary of the 1924 Olympic football tournament held in Paris for the first time. 7th of May, World Athletics Day. Then 6th of April as your International Day of Sports for Development and Peace. And 23rd of June is observed as International Olympics Day. Next is which Indian airport has recently won the Silver Award under the over 35 million passengers per annum category in the Airports Council International Asia Pacific and Middle East Green Airports Recognition 2024. It is Indira Gandhi International Airport of New Delhi that has won the Silver Award. Actually, there were 3 airports that has won the Silver Award. Indira Gandhi International Airport for over 35 million passengers annually. Then is your Kempegowda International Airport of Bengaluru, Karnataka with passengers between 15 to 35 million passengers annually. And then third is Chaudhry Charan Singh International Airport that is in Lucknow, UP, and this is for the less than 8 million passengers annually. Next, NASA, they have launched climate satellites designed to study heat emissions at Earth's pole. The satellites were launched using Rocket Lab's Electron rocket from Launch Complex 1 in Mahia in New Zealand. Under which mission? So they were launched under PREFIRE mission. PREFIRE stands for Polar Radiant Energy in the Far Infrared Experiment. Right? Then apart from this, if we talk about this, Aditya L1, it is of ISRO to study the sun, and it was launched at L1 point, that is Lagrange 1 point. Next is Wen Ziyi of China defeated whom to win the women's single title at the Badminton World Federation Malaysia Masters. So here Wen Ziyi, she defeated PV Sindhu of India to win the women's single title at the BWF Malaysia Masters 2024. Who won the men's category here? Victor Axelsen of Denmark secured the men's category. Next, the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is set to launch a unified dash portal to simplify the process of filing health insurance claims. So recently, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is set to launch the unified NHCX. NHCX is your National Health Claim Exchange to simplify the process of filing health insurance claims. The portal is expected to be launched in the next 2 to 3 months. And this NHCX, it is developed by National Health Authority and it has been developed as a part of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, and this will be working as a single window platform. Next, who became the first Indian to win the Grand Prix at the 77th Annual Cannes International Film Festival for the Indian film All We Imagine Is Life? So Payal Kapadia, right? She has won the Payal Kapadia. She has won the Grand Prix here, right? This is the second highest award of this Cannes International Film Festival, which is the first highest or top highest. It is Palme d'Or. This was won by Sean Baker, right, for his American comedy drama film Anora. And Payal Kapadia for his film All We Imagine Is Light won the Grand Prix. That is the second highest award of this 77th annual Cannes International Film Festival. Next is in May, the appointment committee of the cabinet extended the tenure of whom as the secretary of the Department of Defense Research and Development and chairman of DRDO by 1 year till 31st of May 2025. So Dr. S.V. Kamath, his term has been extended by 1 year, right? Then apart from this, remember, if we talk about Nalin Prabhat, remember he has been appointed as the Director General of National Security Guard. Next, KKR Kolkata Knight Riders captained by Shreyas Iyer won the title of the 17th session of IPL by defeating Sunrisers Hyderabad in the finals. Who won the Orange Cap? Orange Cap is basically for the scoring most runs of the season. So it is Virat Kohli. He plays for Royal Challengers Bangalore and he secured the Orange Cap here. Then if we talk about Purple Cap, who won the Purple Cap? It is for the most number of wickets taken. So who won the Purple Cap? It was won by Harshal Patel. It was won by Harshal Patel and he plays for Punjab Kings. Next is who has recently became the first ever Indian to win a gold medal at the Asian Gymnastics Championship. So Deepa Karmakar, she became the first ever Indian to win a gold medal at any event in the Asian Championship of the Asian Gymnastics Championship. Right, take a note of this. If we talk about Aishwarya Mishra, she's an Indian athlete and she won bronze medal during the women's 400 meter sprint, but her bronze was upgraded to silver because the woman who won the silver medal has failed in a dope test. Next, RBI has launched retail direct mobile application and a fintech repository. RBI also launched a dash portal which allows individuals or entities to apply online for regulatory approvals, licenses and authorizations from the RBI. So RBI has launched Pravaha portal, right? This Pravaha, is basically a portal and it is basically platform for regulatory applications, validations and authorizations. That is your Pravaha portal. Apart from this, RBI retail direct mobile application and a fintech repository. These three things were launched here by RBI. Correct? Apart from this, if we talk about Swati portal, remember Ajay Kumar Sood, the principal scientific advisor to the government of India, has launched this Swati portal. That is a first of its kind initiative, interactive online platform for Indian women to promoting Indian women in STEM. What does STEM stands for? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine. Next is name the artist who has topped the Huron India Art List 2024 with a sale of his net artwork amounting to 79.9 crore rupees. So Anish Kapoor, he made a sale of 79.9 crore rupees and he has topped the Huron India Art List 2024. And here Arpita Singh, right, she's a female, 87 years of age. She was ranked third but has topped among the female artists. Then if we talk about Bhavi Mehta, she's a designer and she has won the 9th edition of the Oxford Bookstore Book Cover Prize for 2024 for his book The Book Beautiful. Next, which company has recently entered into an agreement to sell its 30% minority stake in Tata Play Limited to Tata Group for approximately $1 billion? So it is Walt Disney. Then if we talk about Sony Pictures, they have recently partnered with they have recently terminated their officially $10 billion merger agreement with Z Entertainment Enterprise Limited. Next, which company or organization has recently partnered with IIT Bombay to build India's first quantum diamond microchip imager? So TCS, Tata Consultancy Service, right? They have recently partnered with IIT Bombay to build India's first quantum diamond microchip imager. If we talk about Wipro, right? Srinivas Pillai was appointed as MD and CEO of Wipro. Next is name the highest ranked Indian institution in the 12th edition of Times Higher Education Asia University ranking. So IISc Bangalore, Karnataka, they have secured the top position among the Indian universities in the 12th edition of Times Higher Education Asia University ranking. Then if we talk about Mahatma Gandhi University ranking, they have topped in the Times Higher Education Young University ranking. Next, name the scheme that was recently launched by Bank of Maharashtra to offer financial support for food and agro-based industries. So it is Mahakrishi Samriddhi Yojana. This is the scheme launched by Bank of Maharashtra to offer financial support to food and agro-based industries. If we talk about Vikas Sapurti, here remember Karnataka Vikas Gramin Bank, they have launched this new loan scheme, that is Vikas Sapurti. Next, Agnikul Cosmos Private Limited, they have launched India's second privately built rocket, that is Agniban Sorted. This will be powered by the world's first single piece 3D printed semi cryogenic engine. If we talk about Angara Pi, we have seen this will be replacing Proton M, and this is a heavy lift rocket launched by Roscosmos of Russia. Next, name the next generation anti-radiation missile that was recently tested by DRDO from Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet of the Indian Air Force. So it is Rudra M2. This is the next generation anti-radiation missile launched by DRDO successfully from Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet of the Indian Air Force. So this is important, friends. Agni Prime, this is also of our India, developed by DRDO. So these were your important current affairs for the month of May, friends. Now let's move to some other revision part that will be very beneficial in your learning. Who has been appointed as the Chief Secretary of Assam? Ravi Kota has been recently appointed as the Chief Secretary of Assam, right? And Dr. Ravi Kota, he is an IAS officer of 1993 batch of Assam Meghalaya cadre. Next, in April Dash won the Egyptian presidential election for the fourth term. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, he won the Egyptian presidential election for the fourth term. Right, he is 69 years of age and he won the election in December with 89.6% of the votes. Next, who has been recently appointed as the president of ASSOCHAM, that is Associated Chambers of the Commerce and Industry of India? Sanjay Nair, right? He is the founder and the chairman of Sovereign Investment Fund and has taken over as the president of ASSOCHAM. Previously, he also served as the vice president of ASSOCHAM. He will be replacing whom? He will be replacing Ajay Singh. Next, who has been recently nominated as a member of the Athletic Commission of the Asian Athletic Association for 4 years, that is from 2024 to 2028. So Shiny Kurisinghal Abraham Wilson has been appointed. Remember, she's a former Indian track and field athlete and she was appointed or nominated as a member of AAA, that is Athletic Commission of the Asian Athletic Association, and she will be in this position for 4 years, that is from 2024 to 2028. And also remember, she became the first Indian woman flag bearer of the Indian contingent in 1992 in Barcelona Olympics. She was also awarded with Padma Shri in 1998 in the field of sports and also received Arjuna Award in 1985. Next is in April, Ousmane Sonko was appointed as the Prime Minister of which country? So Ousmane Sonko was appointed as the Prime Minister of Senegal. Right? Take a note of this. And Ousmane Sonko will be replacing whom? He will be replacing Siddiqui Kaba. He will be replacing Siddiqui Kaba. Next, who has recently taken charge as the Principal Director General of the Press Information Bureau, that is PIB. So who recently took charge as the Principal Director General of the Press Information Bureau? Shefali B. Sharan. Right? She took charge as the Principal Director General of PIB and she will be succeeding whom? She will be succeeding Manish Desai. Shefali Sharan, she's an IAS officer, that is Indian Information Service Officer of 1990 batch cadre. Next, who has been recently appointed as the 8th Executive Secretary of the Secretariat of the Convention on Biological Diversity. So Astrid Shoemaker. Astrid Shoemaker, remember, he has been recently appointed as the 8th Executive Secretary of the Secretariat of the Convention on Biological Diversity. And remember, Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of UN, appointed Astrid Shoemaker as the Astrid Shoemaker, and he's from Germany. And Antonio Guterres has appointed him as the 8th Executive Secretary of the Secretariat of the Convention on Biological Diversity. Right? And if we talk about Astrid Shoemaker, remember, she became the CBD's first executive secretary from Germany, and she's a female. Remember this also, right? Not a male. Next, who has been recently appointed as a member of the Economic Advisory Panel of the World Bank Group. So recently, Rakesh Mohan has been appointed as the member of the Economic Advisory Panel of the World Bank Group. Rakesh Mohan is the former Deputy Governor of RBI and has been recently appointed as the member of the Economic Advisory Panel of the World Bank Group. And this panel members will have a tenure of 2 years. Next, who has been recently appointed as the presiding officer of the Securities Appellate Tribunal for the next 4 years. So Justice Pratinidhi Srinivas Sacharya Dinesh Kumar. I repeat, Justice Pratinidhi Srinivas Sacharya Dinesh Kumar has been appointed as the PO, that is your presiding officer of the Securities Appellate Tribunal, and he will be in this position for the next 4 years. PS Dinesh Kumar here, he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Justice Tarun Agarwal. Right? And Tarun Agarwal has been serving here as the presiding officer of SAT since 2018 December month. Next, who has been recently selected as the chairman of the National Cooperative Dairy Federation of India Limited. So Manish Kumar Champaklal Shah, right? I repeat, chairman and managing director of NDDB, that is National Dairy Development Board, Dr. Manish Kumar Champaklal Shah has been unanimously elected as the chairman of the National Cooperative Dairy Federation of India Limited, and he will be in this position, right? And or we can say he replaced whom? He replaced Mangal Jeet Rai. Next, which of the following personalities have been recently appointed as a part-time member of the governing body of IBBI, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs? So MP Ram Mohan and Dina Bandhu Mohapatra, both of them has been recently appointed as the part-time members of the governing body of IBBI. Right? Take a note of this. And the appointment came into effect on 19th of Feb, and they will be holding this. They both will be holding this position for the next 5 years. Next, who won the presidential election of the Slovak Republic in April 2024? Peter Pellegrini. Right? Peter Pellegrini, the former Prime Minister of Slovakia, will now become the President of the Slovak Republic. Right? And Peter Pellegrini will be succeeding whom? He succeeded Zuzana Kaputov. Zuzana Kaputov was the first female president of Slovakia. Right? And Peter Pellegrini will be inaugurated as the 6th president of Slovakia. Next, in April, Dash became the first woman from India to serve as a jury member at the 2024 Summer Olympics. So Bilkis Mir, right? Bilkis Mir, a water sport promoter and an athlete. She's a canoeist, right? This is a sport, right? In water, when you row a small boat, that is your canoe, right? And Bilkis Mir, she is from Jammu and Kashmir, and she is said to become the first woman from India to serve as the jury member during the 2024 Olympic Games that will be held in Paris, France. Next, who has been recently appointed as the full-time member of the 16th Finance Commission of India? Manoj Panda, right? He has recently been appointed as the full-time member of the 16th Finance Commission of India. He is an economist and the former director of Indian and the former director of the Institute of Economic Growth. He will hold this office with effect from the date he assumes the office, right? And Pandaji, Manoj Pandaji, he was appointed as the 16th full-time member of the 16th Finance Commission, right? Apart from this, remember, if we are talking about Raja Dhyaksha, has also been appointed as the full-time member of the 16th Finance Commission. Next, in April, Sushil Sharma was selected as the chairman and managing director of Dash Company. So Sushil Sharma was elected as the chairman and managing director of SJVN Limited. Right? He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Mrs. Geeta Kapoor. Right? She was the director of SJVN and now she will be replaced by Sushil Sharma. Next, who has been recently named as the International Event Ambassador for the 16th edition of TCS Tata Consultancy Services World 10K Bengaluru, Karnataka. So, Dame Valerie Adams of New Zealand has recently been named as the International Event Ambassador for the 16th edition of TCS World 10K Bengaluru, Karnataka. This was held on 28th of April. Apart from this, if we talk about Dame Valerie Adams, she is from New Zealand and she won silver medal in 2016 Summer Olympic Games, and she is related to basically which sport? If asked about this question, she is related to your shot put. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Wipro Limited? So Srinivas Pillai has been appointed as the CEO and MD of Wipro with effect from 7th of April. And here Srinivas Pillai will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Thierry Delaporte. Next, who has been recently elected as the Prime Minister of the Republic of Ireland? So Simon Harris has recently been elected as the Prime Minister of Ireland. Right? He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Leo Varadkar. And Simon Harris, he is 37 years of age and he became the youngest ever Prime Minister of the Republic of Ireland. Next, which international organization has recently re-elected Jagjit Pavadia as the member for the third term? INCB, that is International Narcotics Control Board. So remember, Jagjit Pavadia, she has been recently re-elected as the member of the International Narcotics Control Board, and this is her third time that she will be serving this board. Before this, remember, each term here is of 5 years. So she was in this position from 2015 to 2020 first term, then 2020 to 2025 second term, and then from 2025 to 2030 she will be there for this third time. Next, who has been recently appointed as the chair of the United States India Tax Forum of the United States India Strategic Partnership Forum? So who has been recently appointed as the chair of the United States India Tax Forum? Tarun Bajaj. Right? Tarun Bajaj, former Revenue and Economic Affairs Secretary. Right? He has been appointed as the chair of US India Tax Forum of the US India Strategic Partnership Forum. And he is also serving as an independent director on the board of Hindustan Unilever Limited since December 2023. Next, who has been recently elected as the president of the Association of Summer Olympics International Federation for a 4-year term? So Inger de Vos. He is of Belgium and he is the president of the International Equestrian Federation, that is FEI, and he was unanimously elected as the president of the Association of the Summer Olympic International Federation. This was during the 48th General Assembly of ASOIF. He will be in this position for the next 4 years starting from 1st of January 2025.